Well, hello. This is Durbania Live. It has been one long time. Yeah, this is the beauty of live, right? No editing. It has been a very long time since I've done a live thing on my YouTube channel. And I just wanted to make sure to do that today because I kind of want this to be raw, unedited, no special effects or anything like that, because what this is about a huge and sincere thank you. And if you have any questions for me for a Q&A, I definitely want to hear from you. And I'm trying to pull up my cell phone here, make sure that I can follow any questions that you have or anything like that, because I definitely want to be able to talk to you guys because it's been a long time. But first and foremost, I definitely want to say a huge thank you. Passing 2,000 subs is a huge milestone, and I'm so grateful for you guys for watching my channel, for hitting that subscribe button. And it's been a big weekend for me this weekend, probably one of the bigger ones that I've had, just because I did that awesome trailer reaction to Avengers Infinity War. Gosh, I love that trailer. I was just so excited to do a reaction to that trailer and just post a video of doing it, and it just blew up. So I want to say thank you all for your interest in that. Thank you for watching that. Thank you for checking that out. Thank you for watching the Chola Nerd, my wife Laura, and myself do our trailer breakdown and things like that. And I just want to say thank you because a lot of huge growth this weekend came off of those two videos. So I just got to say a massively gargantuan huge thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing. Before I hit the weekend, I was at like 1,780 some subscriptions. And now, like last time I checked, it's like 2,030 or 32 or something insane like that. So I am seriously blown away by it. And I just want to say thank you all so much for subbing. Thank you so much for liking. I thank you so much. So I'm looking through my phone here, just trying to check out this thing, make sure that I can follow the chat here. And any questions that you guys have, I would like to open the floor. I mean, I'm looking at this. It looks like 8 of you are watching. So if anybody has anything they would like to ask or anything like that, look at this. This is my phone. This is you guys. So yeah, what's up, Chandler Langley? What is up, Nicholas? What's up, Be Wise? Ryan O'Toole, how you doing, man? Good to see you guys. Yeah, so Be Wise, hello. I am the Game Boy. Do you think the Infinity War trailer reaction helped with the new subs? Yes. Oh, I absolutely do. That huge amount of views on that, and I'm just again so thankful for it. But yeah, when you hit something like that and it just brings in a lot of brand new views, it really bumped up my numbers this week an awful lot. So yeah, I definitely think that helped. But I mean, that was just definitely you guys too. You guys with your interest in hitting that button. So thank you all so much. Trying to make sure here that I've said hi to everybody that's in here. I said hi to Nicholas. I said hi to Ryan. Yeah, awesome. So how you guys doing? So yeah, 2033 Be Wise. Yeah, just saw your note there. Yeah, that's I am blown away, and I'm blown away by how fast that number got there. So if I'm seeming flabbergasted, it's because I'm absolutely happy. OMG Studios, nice job, dude. You and Sean Chandler are my favorite YouTubers. Thank you so much, man. You're a pretty darn good YouTuber yourself. He's got a good channel, so make sure you check out his channel and see what he's got going on over there. I've done Ken, thank you so much, man. So happy to have you join in here on the live chat. That means a lot. He goes to my church. He's a really cool dude, so it's just, really cool to see him pop up in here. Nicholas says, coolest movie, merch, product, toy, Blu-ray, etc. that you own. Oh, man. Yeah, that's the thing that stinks about live, because that is a really tough question. So let me see here. Coolest Blu-ray that I own. Let me try to answer that first. I don't even know what you know what? Okay, I know what the coolest Blu-ray I own is. It is the Lord of the Rings Extended Edition trilogy. And the reason I say it's the coolest Blu-ray I own is because the special features on the extended editions of Lord of the Rings is freaking amazing beyond what you could fathom. I mean, I love behind the scenes of movie stuff, and it's so interesting to me. It's so fascinating to me. Any chance I get the chance to be in a small indie film, I take that. Oh, look at that. My assistant wife brought me this. Oh, look at that. So yeah, this is definitely probably my favorite just because of that. Let's see. I'm the Game Boy. Did I say congrats yet? I forgot if I did or not. So congrats, dude. You did on Facebook. Was it Facebook? You said it somewhere. But anyway, thank you, man. I really, really do appreciate it. Merch, product, or toy. Any toy that I have that is Ninja Turtles is probably my favorite and coolest toy. So that's just what I'm going to say there. Matthew V. Haynes, what's up, man? Thank you so much. Be Wise, the special features are awesome. Yes, they are. Lisa says, go wife. She's my wife's sister, so of course she would say that. OMG Studios, Durbania, can you do a full Blu-ray collection for a 2,000 sub special? Woohoo! The immediate answer to your question is yeah, I could, but I have so many Blu-rays. That video would be unbelievably long. Unbelievably long, but I don't know. All right, I will need to digest that and consider that because I mean, I might have to do that even in several parts. Wow. All right. Well, thank you for that. That is a fantastic idea for a video. Chandler's videos. Which Jeff Johns DC comic is your favorite? Which Jeff Johns? I mean, as soon as I read it, the first one that popped into my mind was Green Lantern's Secret Origin. I read that before the Ryan Reynolds movie came out, before I knew that one was going to be bad. And that comic book is amazing. It's what propelled Green Lantern up there for like one of my top 3 favorite superheroes, Superman being number 1, Batman almost tied for number 1, but just a little bit below at a number 2. So that's kind of where I am at with that. But yeah, I really Green Lantern's awesome, and that is a really good Jeff Johns story. I know there's like tons of others, and it's hard to like pick out what's the best, but I'm gonna have to go with Green Lantern there. Let's see here. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody's comments here. I did that one. Antonio, what's up, man? He says, have you heard of the Doomsday Clock miniseries right now from DC Comics? No. Is it awesome? Do I need to get a hold of that like right now and start reading that? I think the answer is yes, because you're bringing it up. So thank you for that. Doomsday Clock miniseries. Okay, I'm going to look that up. Cool. Is DC officially dead? From Matthew V. Haynes. I don't think so. I mean, I don't like the direction they're going personally, but I don't think it's dead. I think there's still some life in it. Aquaman coming out in December, just like all the solo DC movies were really good. Man of Steel's really good. Wonder Woman is really good. So I have faith that Aquaman is going to be really, really good. I don't know about Shazam, but that's because I never got into the hero. So that's kind of just where that is. So that's a good question, Matthew. But no, I don't think DC's dead. I think they still got a chance. But if they pop up some really bad movies here, or if they do Flashpoint truly as their next Flash movie and rush through that, then yeah, we're going to have to wait 5 years and reboot everything. But as of right now, it's not looking good, but I think they can do it. That was a really long answer. Okay, be wise. I have about 125. Is that how many subs you have? Then let's help this guy get more. Oh, you have 125 movies. That's how many movies you have. I'm hilarious. That's awesome. Yeah, that is a lot of movies. I have that or more. Matthew, yes, it's time for Marvel to take over. Chandler, Marvel has taken over. They have. The whole film industry, they have taken it over. Oh, man. Let's see here. Matthew says, Doomsday Clock is great. Sweet. Okay, that just confirms that I should definitely get that. Alex, just make sure you've read Watchmen first, although I'm guessing you have. Yes, I have. It's been a long time. I could go through reading it again to get a refresher on that. And I like the graphic novel better than the movie, so definitely worth checking that out again. Have you seen Young Justice? And if so, are you excited for season 3? No, but I bet you this. If I had watched the first 2 seasons, I would be exceedingly excited for season 3. So I need to check that out. Ken, Star Trek. Next movie, is it going to be good? Ken, you only asked me that question because in real life we've talked about this back and forth. That's why you're asking me that. And you know what my answer is going to be. I don't think so. Actually, it has potential to be good. I just don't like, oh my gosh, what's his face doing it? Oh my gosh, I must have blocked his name. Hey, somebody in the comments, refresh me the name of the dude who's doing it again. Gosh. That's the other embarrassing thing about live. You have a brain lock. Anyway, he's not my favorite director, and I am not looking forward to that guy taking it over. That said, it could be good. We'll just have to wait and see. What did you say, Laura? Quentin Tarantino. Oh my gosh, that's the thing about live. How could I forget that name? I blocked it from my memory because he's not my favorite director. Anybody who likes Quentin, I mean, you no offense, he's just not my favorite. I'm not looking forward to him taking over the reins of Star Trek, but I'm going to give it a shot. So we'll say that. Do you watch Bosch? It's a great show, but the language is annoying. No, never even heard of it, as evidenced by my trouble there pronouncing it. Nicholas says, if the DCEU gets rebooted, would you do a casting video on your picks to play DC characters? Oh, you know I would, man. You know I would. Right off the bat, I got to tell you, Nathan Fillion needs to be the Green Lantern. Done. Hands down. That's the first one. I'll figure out everybody else later. But Nathan Fillion has to be the Green Lantern because it's not about the age and it's not about looking physique as the Green Lantern. It's about will and having the right will. That's what that's all about. All right, DC first 5 movies have made more money than Marvel's first 5 movies. Look it up. If DC makes 20 more movies, they will be fine. You're right. So in terms of financial stuff, yeah, DC hasn't been doing bad. And the reason is because everybody loves, I mean, those characters are good. I can't say everybody loves those characters, but the characters are solid. And I'll tell you what, Justice League wasn't my favorite, but I thought it was a fun movie. And it was awesome to see all the characters. So I don't want you to get the impression that I have some kind of agenda against DC. I mean, look at this. As I kick the table, almost knocked the computer over. I love DC. Superman is my favorite. My top 3 heroes are all DC. I don't mean to be like hard on the movies or seem like I'm just totally against them. It's just, for me personally, I feel like some of the movies have been rushed. They all definitely have value and they definitely have great scenes that are watchable for me. But I feel like Batman v Superman was rushed. I felt like Suicide Squad was rushed. Justice League definitely felt rushed. Wonder Woman and Man of Steel are fantastic. So please don't take it as like anything bad. I trust you when you tell me those first 5 movies did incredibly good. I trust you and I believe you. I'm just saying, like, I have not been the biggest fan personally of some of the choices they've made. All right, let's see here. Matthew, I've never seen Star Trek. Any recommendations for a noob? Yeah, I mean, the 3 new ones are all really good. Definitely watch those with Chris Pine as Captain Kirk. The original Star Trek movies are all really good. I mean, I really enjoyed them. I mean, even the bad ones, like the ones that everybody says were bad, I enjoyed them, except for the first ever Star Trek movie. They just had some super long scenes filming the ship. Like, you know, all these cool takes to show how epic it is to see this ship. And now it's a film, so they have a budget. So they really want to show off that budget. It's long and it gets boring. So the first movie was a little to me. But from there on, I really like those original Star Trek movies with Captain Kirk. The Next Generation TV show, I am halfway through, not halfway through, I'm on my final season. So I'm really excited. I love the Next Generation TV show. It's a really, really good show. I just started Deep Space Nine, really good show. So, I mean, up to you, Matthew. But yeah, I like Star Trek quite a bit. Let's see. Yes, I Am the Game Boy. It was Quentin Tarantino. That was the name that I was totally blocked on for no reason whatsoever. And my wife yelled it in the background. I cannot believe I blocked that name. Yay for live. Let's see here. Christian wrote, do you prefer A Bug's Life or Ants? Could you please do a video on that, please? I could do a video on that. I could. And I prefer A Bug's Life leaps and bounds. Not that Ants is bad. I've only seen Ants one time, and I sort of remember it. But Bug's Life, I love, and I really remember it. I don't know who copied who, or if they just accidentally had the same idea. But, oh, man, I love A Bug's Life. I really love A Bug's Life. Be wise. My dad found a comic book last night that was Batman versus Xenomorphs. An excellent combo. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Ted Harrington, what are the worst 5 movies and comics that you own? Okay, I'm looking over here at my comics. I'm trying to figure out what are the worst comics that I own. I don't know, man, because I don't like to waste money on things like comic books. So I always try to buy like the really good ones. So off the top of my head, I can name you one comic that to me is the worst, and that is Wonder Woman, the Earth One. I did not like that one at all. Oh man, top 5 worst movies that I own. Oh man. Hey Laura, what are the top 5 worst movies I own? Ninja Turtles is not awful. She said Ninja Turtles. I don't know how much you can hear her. No, I'm sorry. Ninja Turtles is gold. The sequel to the new one is not gold. That's bronze. But, you know, I don't know. That's a tough question, Ted. I am going to have to think about that because I try not to own movies I dislike. If I really dislike it, I just don't buy it. Let's see. Matthew, nothing wrong with being real, even if it's against popular opinion. I missed something in the conversation. I'm going to have to go back and read this over. I see deleted scenes from Superman Returns, and seems even then Warner Brothers messing with DC-based films. Yeah, what I appreciate about Superman Returns, though, Antonio, is that Superman Returns was a risk, and they took a risk, and I appreciate that. They didn't try to do an origin story. I do appreciate that it was a sequel to Superman 2, and they just tried to do something different with it. I think my two biggest problems with Superman Returns is they did try to make it a sequel to the original Christopher Reeve Superman movies, which is odd because those movies were in the 70s, and all of a sudden Superman Returns 5 years later, and there's cell phones. So either in that universe, time and technology sped up really fast, or something. I don't know. Like, so that was kind of weird. So it makes it hard to see where he's fitting. I mean, I like the actors in it. I mean, Kevin Spacey was a fantastic Lex Luthor and stuff, but yeah, that movie, the best scene in that is the airplane crash where Superman is saving the plane as it's crashing. Like, that is unarguably the best scene. But yeah, I watched a lot of the deleted scenes in Superman Returns. Some good stuff, some, yeah, I understand why they deleted it. Um, but yeah, I don't know. They were just really trying to follow up those movies, and it just didn't work. It could have, but it didn't. What are your thoughts on The Last Jedi a couple months later? That's from Alex. Well, a couple months later, I will say, I mean, I love it. I do. I really do like that movie a lot. There's a lot of things about it that I really, really do enjoy. I will have to say though, I still don't like the whole. Um, I am drawing a blank on names, but that whole scene where they went all to the casinos and stuff, that just was not my favorite. Freeing the animals and things, I just no, that Finn, thank you. That I just that Finn and Rose and their stuff was not my favorite stuff. It just was not. I do wish we took some more time with Luke Skywalker and his training of Rey. That was so fascinating to me, incredibly interesting, and I would have absolutely loved, I mean, loved to have seen more of that because it was great to dive into Luke's psyche. I like seeing how scarred he was. I bought that he almost took out, his own nephew because he saw a great evil, and he's already dealt with a great evil and Darth Vader. Yeah, things turned out good, but I mean, that scars you to have to deal with that. That scars you to have to fight your own father. That scars you to have to face the Empire. So he's scarred by that. So I can imagine in a post-traumatic sense that incredible fear rising up in Luke when he saw that same evil in his own nephew, another family member being turned over to the dark side, and the incredible raw power that he had. I could sort of see that. So it would have been cooler if we got to see Luke try to calm down just a little bit, and take a breath. But otherwise, no, I mean, I like it. I liked a lot of what they did with it. It was interesting that it took place in a very short amount of time, but it did rob us of some cool stuff between Luke and Rey. I still really like it though. I do. And I'm excited to see where Abrams is going to take the conclusion here. So let me see. Where am I at here with these questions? Let's see. All right. So I am the Game Boy. You're replying to somebody else. I am the Game Boy. A Superman movie would make more than an Iron Man movie. Yeah, probably. Let's see. They have Batman vs Superman, Aliens on the DC Comics app. Really? That's awesome. I want to check that out. Let's see. Oh, you okay? So Chandler, you're talking about watching the actual show of Star Trek, right? But if you do watch the show, you can get a real good gist of what Star Trek feels like. I need to go back and watch the original series. I really do. I've never watched it, and yeah, Deep Space Nine, I'm having a lot of fun with right now. Let's see. Patrick says, "Hi, Patrick. How you doing? Star Wars. I grew up with Star Wars, but when I really think about it, I feel the MCU has eclipsed every franchise out there. Given uh, the prequels even give them an out if they don't nail the landing." Yeah, it's true. The MCU has just eclipsed a lot of things that's out there right now, but I still really like these Star Wars. Nicholas, would you watch a Die Hard sequel by Joss Whedon? First off, I would just watch a Die Hard sequel because it's Die Hard and it's Bruce Willis. Done by Joss Whedon? Yeah, I like Joss. I mean, I don't know what that guy would do with Die Hard. I have no idea. I would watch it. Would I like it? I don't know. But I would go and I would watch that. Let's see here. OMG Studios. Have you ever thought about doing a comic book graphic novel collection and or top 5 comics? That's a good idea. I hadn't thought about doing that. You are just like backlogging me with really good video ideas, man. Thank you so much. Oh man. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Sorry, I'm reading. You guys are having a fascinating conversation here, and I'm just kind of quickly scanning this conversation, looking for any all questions that you guys have for me. When do you think Netflix, MCU, and the MCU movies will cross over? I don't think they will. I want them to. I really do. And any chance that they have to cross over would be right here where Thanos is coming. Because, the shots of his ship, that ring thing, like appearing in New York, that would be a great opportunity to do it. But I honestly don't think it will. I think they're going to try their best to keep those universes separate, which is kind of sad because I would love to see that combination. I mean, get some Matt Murdock, some Daredevil in there, and Luke Cage. Gosh, Jessica Jones, I'm not a huge fan of that. Sorry, season 2 did not impress me. So underwhelmed me that I haven't even felt the urge to post a review on it yet. It was just that was underwhelming. I like the character. I just thought the show this season 2 is a little underwhelming here. But yeah, I wish they would cross them over. I don't think they will. What is your most watched video? Oh, Ted, you are asking me really difficult questions. What is my most watched? Oh, you mean on YouTube? I thought first in my mind I interpreted Blu-ray, but if you mean YouTube, yeah, my most watched video is now my trailer reaction for the most recent Avengers trailer, like without competition. That is my most watched video. It's incredible. So again, a huge thank you guys for that. Let's see here. Will you do a gaming channel at some point? Seth, what's up, Seth, my friend? I may. I right now I just have a Nintendo Switch, so I don't have the PS4 or, Xbox or anything like that. And Nintendo is like my brand. I love Nintendo and I love Nintendo games. I don't have like enough games on there right now to review. So quite possibly if it continues, like more and more games keep coming out and more things that I'm really into playing, because I like to review, especially games. Like I'm not the biggest gamer in the world, so if I'm going to do a gaming channel, then it's got to be something I'm super passionate about. I'm super passionate about movies. So it is easy for me to just jump on here and go off about movies. Super easy. Video games, I got to take my time with them and really get into them. Legends of Zelda Breath of the Wild blew my mind. Best gaming experience ever. And then out comes Super Mario Odyssey. Did videos on those, well, mostly on Super Mario Odyssey, because I'm just super passionate about that. So yeah, I'm just waiting for that time for Nintendo just to launch a whole bunch of games, and that there's a whole bunch of games out that I can be talking about. And then, if something like that were to take off, then I could probably get a PS4. At this time, no. But, if more and more stuff keeps popping out, then yeah. Let's see here. I am the Game Boy. Are you going to see Ready Player One? I'm so pumped for it, and it's literally right up my alley, but I kind of sort of see it sucking really bad. I agree with you 110%, and I'm happy you said it first, because it's Steven Spielberg, and I've seen these types of movies that he does, and most of them are really good. So I do have faith that Ready Player One is going to be good, and I will be there opening night to see it, and I'm looking forward to it. But I have not been in love with the trailers for these movies, or for this movie. I've not been in love with the trailers. So I kind of completely agree with you there. It has potential to be really horrible, or it's going to be really fantastic. It's Spielberg. So here's what I want to do. Lean towards the fantastic. I'm really hoping for that. And yes, Antonio, the Nintendo Switch is hot right now. I love the Nintendo Switch. Ooh, Ninja Turtles, what's this? Oh, my wife Laura. Ninja Turtles isn't the worst. I meant Suicide Squad. Yeah, Suicide Squad is one of the worst ones I own, for sure. Back to your earlier question, Ted. I love the Ninja Turtles movies. Just when I look at our collection, I don't love them as much as many of the others. Well, there you go. That's my wife Laura, who you've seen on this channel many times, who is not a huge fan of Ninja Turtles. It's okay. Marriage is about forgiveness, and it's about unconditional love. So that's what that is all about. Hey, can you do another in-depth Smallville seasons talk? Well, Will Smith, I probably could. Oh man, there are so many great stories behind that in-depth Smallville talk I did. So Jared gets on here and does that Smallville talk with me. And at one point we were into part 2 of that talk, and the microphone died and had to do it all again. At another point we did it and everything was out of focus. I think we recorded, and it's a 2-part video series. You could go check that out. Both videos are pretty darn long. So to know that we did them both 3 times, oh my gosh. But that's how passionate we are about Smallville. Yeah, I think I probably could at some point. I'll have to think of a different angle to hit that. because I've already divided seasons 1 through 5 did a video, seasons 5 through 10 and did a video, but Smallville has layers, and so that would be a fun one to go back into. So I might have to. Smallville, I love and hate that show at the same time. I think I love it more than I hate it because it's a classic. I mean, Smallville is just it's awesome. But when it went bad, but not as bad as some of the current CW shows. I think The Flash is the only one left that I'm still interested in. Sorry, Arrow, Stephen Amell, you're awesome. You really are, but I don't know. Like the story is losing me on Arrow. How do you guys feel about Arrow? Are you watching the CW shows? But yeah, that's kind of where I am with that. Let's see here. Will Smith, yeah, I talked about that. Ninja Turtles 2016 wasn't bronze in my opinion. To me, it was gold. Thank you, Seth. I appreciate that comment. I really do. Nicholas, Danny Boyle directing Bond 25. Am I the only one that is hyped? Sounds exciting. I don't know. I mean, I like Bond movies. They're not my favorite of all the spy movies, but I do like Bond movies, and I'll see it anyway. Let's see here. Christian wrote, Laura D. Suicide Squad was the only DCEU movie I didn't like. Yeah, that seems to be the most unpopular one. Antonio, you would love the first crossover between Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the second one is ongoing now on DC Comics app. Oh, man. I was at a friend's house in Sacramento not too many weeks ago, and he had that first issue of the Batman Ninja Turtles crossover. It's too bad we were too busy having fun and doing stuff. Otherwise, I would have sat in our room and I would have read that because I really want to read that crossover. You have no idea. OMG Studios, does swearing ever bother you or Laura in movies? No, I don't think so. No. Let's see. Seth, OMG Studios, good question. Yeah, that was a good question, OMG Studios. Will Smith, yeah, best Lex Luthor ever on the big screen. Smallville is a classic. Yeah, that the Lex Luthor on Smallville was the best. The best. There has not been one to beat Michael Rosenboom. I always think I'm saying his last name wrong. I probably am. So, Michael, I've watched your show on YouTube. It's awesome. And you were the best Lex Luthor there ever was. Hear that compliment. Okay, here we go. The Squad Nation 101. Nation Cap or Iron Man might die. Yeah. Or they both might die. And might not be one or the other. Yeah. Let's see here. Chandler's videos. Unpopular opinion. Season 5 of Arrow sucked. Chandler, that is not an unpopular opinion. That is a very common thing, that season 5 sucked. I think a lot of people would say it started to ramp up and get a little better, but not for me. I thought season 4 was the worst season Arrow had. Season 5 just didn't get any better because they lost focus on what the show was. It's about Oliver Queen. It's him as the Green Arrow. Seasons 1 and 2 rocked it so much because it's him as Arrow, and it's so good and gritty. And then when the Flash did really good, they tried to lighten it up, and to me that was what season 4 was, them trying to lighten it up, and it ruined it. And I think the writers must have misinterpreted people's love for Arsenal and the Red Arrow, and they rewrote it that he had to have a team. And this whole weird split focus on the team, and each team member has to have their own soap opera drama going on. It bugs me. It really bugs me. And so I feel like season 5 was the beginning of Arrow losing focus there and having to create that team. And season 4 was the loss of focus because they wanted to be lighter, more like the Flash, because the Flash quickly became the more popular show. And so I just think if Arrow had maintained its vision and its identity, it is the gritty show. And it kept its focus on Arrow, bringing in Arsenal every once in a while, bringing in Red Arrow every once in a while, maybe having a stint where we create Mr. T or Wild Dog, but they're not like permanent members of the team. Like Oliver mentors them and then sends them out, and we get rid of this like soap opera drama. That would have been awesome. My gosh, you guys got me going on this. I could go on about these CW shows. I guess that means somewhere inside I like them. If I can really just get passionate about it like that. But right now, it's only Arrow and The Flash that I'm watching, and I think I'm behind on both actually. All right. Do you still watch The Flash? If so, thoughts so far? Yes, I still watch The Flash. I think I'm a few episodes behind. I like it. The most interesting thing is our villain this season. He is the most interesting villain The Flash has had thus far. And so I'm liking the storyline surrounding him and how incredibly smart he is. And there's a lot of things I'm liking. Still really cheesy. The Elastic Man, that guy drove me nuts, but now he's growing on me. And I think that drives me nuts. But yeah, The Flash is the one I'm most interested in. Arrow, I'm behind on, and I would have given up. It's my wife Laura's fault that we're watching it right now. I hold her totally responsible that we're watching it. I don't know how many episodes behind I am right now, but if you're behind, I don't know, spoiler alert, I guess the fact that it's now two teams warring against each other, I cannot watch the show without getting passionately angry because I think both sides are belligerently wrong. Okay. All right, let's see. Let me make sure here. Fun fact from Chandler's videos, Michael Rosenblum is also the voice of Wally West, Flash, in Justice League. Yeah, and I thought that was awesome. He's Lex Luthor and he's the Flash. Dark Side movie reviews. Thank you so much, man, for jumping on board here. All of the core Avengers will die. Thank you. Oh man. All right. So Christian here. Can you name the character in my profile pic? Trinity, right? The Yellow Ranger, Trinity. Let's see, Antonio. Thank you for vindicating my feelings about Arrow. You're welcome, man. I'm glad I can vindicate your feelings. I am the Game Boy. Arrow seasons 1 and 2 versus Flash seasons 1 and 2. I can't even decide this. I can. Arrow season 1 and 2. That's not even anything bad about the Flash. Flash had an amazing first and second season. It was the best seasons of the Flash. But that's how high I regard those first two seasons of Arrow. They were freaking amazing. Just absolutely amazing. I loved him. Let's see here. Making sure Will Smith first season of Arrow. I can't watch. Is more like teen soup opera than superhero show. I feel like the seasons now are more like that. That first season I thought was incredibly good. Not to say it didn't have soap opera stuff, I think the reason it didn't bother me as much is because it's the CW. I got that in Smallville and I expected that in Arrow. And I think because I had the expectation of it and I was surprised by how gritty it was elsewhere, I think that's why I'm easily overlooking that in season 1. But yeah, you're right. It was definitely there. I just didn't notice it as much. And right now, because it's kind of running out of steam for me, I'm really, really noticing it. Oh man, let's see here. Favorite TV show of all time from OMG Studios. If it's Smallville, don't say Smallville. Say your second favorite. Well, lucky for you, it's not Smallville. Oh man, what is my favorite TV show of all time? My wife, I don't know if you heard her, but she just from the other room was like Arrested Development. Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite TV shows of all time for sure. Community got really high up there. I think Parks and Rec, like I watch those shows a lot in rotation on Netflix. I think those are some of my favorite shows of all time. And I think what propels them there is they're just light and funny. Doesn't require a lot of thinking. You could just sit down and watch. I mean, I love the heavier shows. I love like all those Marvel Netflix shows and the action and the violence. It's awesome. I love it, but there is something to be said for having those shows that are just light and funny. So I love Parks and Rec. I want to be Ron Swanson when I grow up. Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of where I am there. Laura says, you missed a couple. If you could be a superhero other than Superman or Batman. Well, Laura, if I'm missing a couple, get in here and read them to me. Okay. So if you could be a superhero other than Superman or Batman, who would it be? I'd be the Green Lantern. That's it. I could see myself being the Flash, but if I had to pick, it would be the Green Lantern. Is that one of the ones I missed, Laura? Thank you for vindicating my feeling. I hope. Oh man, if I'm missing your guys' stuff, I'm sorry. I don't mean to. It's just I am so excited by how much you guys are commenting and having conversations in here right now. It's like blowing my mind. So I'm just really excited this is here. So if I miss it and you really want me to answer it, keep asking it. That way it will pop up in here and hit my eyesight eventually. Let's see here. I did favorite TV show of all time. What did you think of the horse scene in The Revenant? Have not seen The Revenant. Don't worry, I feel ashamed. But I bet you if I saw it, I would have an opinion on the horse scene for sure. Yeah, Christian, I'm glad I got it right that it is Trinity in your profile picture. Yes. Let's see. Dark Side movie reviews. I'm telling you, Durbin, this movie is Marvel pivot point. Seth, I think we will all be surprised. No, you're right, man. This is going to be a Marvel pivot point. It really is. Like, I mean, I know more about like DC than I do about Marvel, but just even by the way they're building up towards this and how this is going to bring them into phase 4, like, yeah, you're right. This is going to be a major pivot point. And I know a lot of actors, like their contracts are up and stuff. So it is going to be incredibly interesting to see who might want to renew that contract or who wants out. But I mean, it seems like this is going to be it. So I'm looking forward to that. And it feels like, and because of that, because we don't know who's going to live and who's going to die, it feels like the stakes are real. And that's another reason I'm just super excited for this new Avengers movie. The stakes are real. Seth says, I'm on season 1 of Arrested Development. It is so funny. Dude, it is. It is. And what's even more amazing about that show is how they have running gags for gags that haven't started yet. Like when you get into season 2, they start running jokes for a joke that happens midway through the season, and then they joke about it thereafter, which gives it this great rewatchability factor. Seth, though, I'm going to let you know, season 4 of Arrested Development, not that good. I mean, it's not the worst, but it's not that good. I mean, thank you, Netflix, for reviving it. Can't wait for season 5, but that season 4, it was not that good. Okay. Durbin, I am done with you. The Revenant is awesome. Be wise, don't be done with me. I will have to go check out that movie. I will. I heard a lot of great things about it, and I really do need to see it. It wasn't for anything bad that I didn't see it. There's just always a lot of stuff going on. Sometimes movies fall through the cracks, and I'm sorry that was one of them. So I will have to check it out. So have mercy on me, Be Wise. Have mercy. I Am the Game Boy, Parks and Rec. I love that show. I'm literally a mix of Ron Swanson and Andy Dwyer, according to oh man. Okay, so Seth's dad was one of my best friends in high school. So I got to tell you, Seth, if you're anything like your dad, yeah, I can see that for sure. Oh, let's see. Antonio, I love Ron Swanson on Parks and Recreation. I'm so glad I got a Parks and Rec conversation now happening here. Yeah. Let's see. Mealy, am I saying your name right? Meli? Well, anyway, thank you so much for watching. Are you excited for the Aquaman movie this year? Yes, I am cautiously optimistic. I'm a little nervous, but I gotta say, I love Wonder Woman. I love Man of Steel. The DCEU to me has been fantastic with their solo films, like especially just their solo movies, and Aquaman being that, because I feel like they have more focus. It becomes less about building the universe and more focus on the character. So I have every faith that Aquaman is going to follow in those footsteps and blow us away. So yeah, I am very much looking forward to Aquaman. Let's see here. Let's see. Dark Side movie reviews. What? Haven't seen The Revenant? I'm taking your movie card. Do not take my movie card. I will see The Revenant. My gosh, this is getting passionate here. Yeah, I will have to see The Revenant. OMG Studios. If Infinity War ended up being bad, it won't though. Would you be really sad? Yeah. Oh, I'd be really, really sad if it was bad. But there's no chance of that happening because it can't be bad. Like, could you all just, everybody that's in the chat, close your eyes for a second right now. That's what I want you all to do. I want you all to close your eyes. Are they closed? Good. Imagine the riots that would happen in the streets if this movie was bad. Imagine, I mean, commerce would end for like a day, wouldn't it? I mean, people would just be raging online. Careers would be killed. No, there's not an option for Infinity War to be bad. The stakes are too high. It has to be good. I mean, what is it? 18 films building up to this, 10 years building up to this. It literally is not allowed to be bad. Little Chris Traeger there for you. Literally cannot be a bad movie. Oh yeah, Trini, not Trinity. Yeah. Sorry. My bad there, Christian. But yeah, I was close, but I'm glad you got it close enough. Thank you. Oh man, Craig. I hope I'm saying your name right. I really hate it when I mispronounce people's names. Who is Jessica Jones? Netflix says it's Marvel. Do you know anything? I watched Jessica Jones on Netflix Marvel. It's just not my favorite of the shows. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know too much about Jessica Jones. I'm sorry about that. I mean, most of what I learn about Marvel, I learned from the movies and I learned from the shows because I just didn't grow up reading a lot of Marvel comics. So I have a brother-in-law that has so many Marvel comics, it's crazy, and he's helping to educate me. So I'm getting there. He's mostly an X-Men fan, so he's really educating me a lot on X-Men. Let's see here. Be wise, please do. It's great and gory too. Yeah, talking about the Revenant. Yeah, there's still a Revenant conversation happening in here. Let's see. Seth says, I've heard that season 4, Arrested Development, wasn't very good, but I think that season 5 will bring it back up. Yeah, I agree, Seth. I think they learned because the internet is really mean. So I think they got a lot of really mean feedback. Let's see. Congratulations on the subscribers, man. Feed me frenzy. Feed me frenzy. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. It is awesome to, pass that 2,000 mark. Patrick O'Malley, could Ant-Man kill Hulk if he went into his brain through his nose, ear, or mouth and then went back to normal giant size? That is a question like what came first, the chicken or the egg? I almost want to say no, that if Ant-Man went in through his ear, nose, or eyes or whatever and into his brain and then turned giant size, I almost feel like Ant-Man would turn into a giant and get compressed inside of Hulk's skull and be smushed like a bug, which I think would then create real problems when he morphed back into Bruce Banner. Don't think Bruce Banner would survive. So I guess technically that could kill the Hulk. Maybe not Hulk. Wow. That's a good question. I don't know. You guys discuss that. See what you guys come up with. That's dark. Yeah. Oh man. Wow. Okay, let's see here. Seth, I'm mostly excited to see Black Manta and Aquaman. He's one of my favorite Aquaman villains. You know what little I know of Black Manta, because honestly, I have not read any Aquaman comics because I was not interested in Aquaman until I watched the animated movie Justice League Throne of Atlantis. So what I know of Black Manta comes from that movie, but he was pretty slick even in that movie. So yeah, I definitely need to pick up some more Aquaman comics and read them. And I heard the Jeff Johns ones are really good. So I am going to have to go pick those up, maybe do some comic book reviews before that movie comes out, because I like to do that. Like a superhero that I'm not familiar with. I wasn't familiar with Green Lantern before the Ryan Reynolds movie came out. Now he's one of my favorite heroes because I picked up the Jeff Johns comics and read through Blackest Night. And it's just, gosh, Green Lantern's awesome. So I got to do that now with Aquaman. Let's see. Be wise. Sounds right up my alley. We'll see it soon. Oh, that's my wife Laura's comment. Let's see. Seth says Infinity War will be epic. Yes, it has no choice, but we've covered that. It doesn't have a choice to be anything other than epic. OMG Studios, I'm a gangsta. I didn't close my eyes. I agreed with you, Feed Me Frenzy. He's a rebel. He's a rebel. Dark Side movie reviews. LOL. I would cry if it was bad. Life as I know it would be over. LOL. Yeah, that's why Infinity War can't be bad. I mean, the stock market might shut down if Infinity War is bad. That's probably not true. But no, this movie cannot be anything but good. If Infinity War is bad, from Seth here, it'll be like the riots when the presidential elections were happening. 16. Oh, Seth, taking things political. There's a rebel. Let's see here. Okay, so Christian said, since you said to keep asking if one does not get answered, sorry for all the questions, how would you rank the Jurassic Park films? Well, thank you, Christian, for keeping on going until I finally saw that and answered. How would I rank the Jurassic Park films? Jurassic Park 3, the absolute worst. And then I would do The Lost World. So that's 2 of the 4. And then Jurassic World would be second. And then the number 1 is obviously Jurassic Park. That is how I would rank them. Jurassic Park 3 is just, I simply did not like that movie. I really did not. Let's see. Ant-Man equals snot rocket. That would be some snot rocket from the Hulk. Let me tell you what. Ken, what do you think about Fantastic Four in the comics? I do not have that much of a Marvel history with the comics, and I definitely do not have a history with Fantastic Four in the comics. Their history with the movies has been terrible. However, I will say this, even in the worst Fantastic Four movies, and I've only seen the first Fantastic Four movie from, what was that, in the early 2000s, and then I saw the latest one, Fan4stick, and as much as I disliked the movies, I really liked the characters. Like, every time I've seen a Fantastic Four, it's done a good job attaching me to the characters, and I really like them. So they deserve a good movie. Sadly, I have not read any Fantastic Four comics. All right. In Krieg, I agree with Ant-Man dying in Hulk's brain. He's a rock. Yeah, Hulk is a rock. And depending on how much Ant-Man would disintegrate in that brain when he, compressed inside of the Hulk skull, Bruce Banner would live or die. I don't know which. Okay. Do you watch anime? Jumping in late here. Also, congratulations. Thank you, Change23. I do not watch a ton of anime, so I do need to watch more. I do have a brother-in-law that when he comes out, he does have me watch some The titles are the Titan one where the giants and they knock down the walls and they eat people. Man, that thing is graphic. You can tell I definitely don't watch a lot by the fact that my mind just now struggled to regain that title, but that one was pretty good. And I'm also looking forward to Ninja Batman. So I like anime. I just don't have a ton of it in my history. I don't know why. I don't know why, because it has a lot of good stories. It's just when I grew up, I didn't watch a lot of anime. And now that I'm an adult, I just haven't jumped into a lot of it. One of my other brother-in-laws introduced me to, like, is it Appleseed Ex Machina? That was a really good one. So like there's some really good ones I've watched, and they're good enough to let me know that I need to be watching more. So if you have suggestions, let me know, because I definitely need to watch more. Let's see here. Feed me frenzy. Did you know that Hulk can survive underwater as well as the vacuum of space? Also, did you know that he also has super breath just like Superman? I did not know those things, but none of those things surprise me. So does not surprise me at all. Antonio says Black Manta is Aquaman's brother. Well, that's deep. And the Justice League Throne of Atlantis movie, I don't know that they really got deep into what Black Manta is to Aquaman, but his brother did try to take the throne. So there was an epic, brotherly struggle in that movie. Seth, will you do a review for Super Smash Brothers Nintendo Switch? Yeah, sure. Why not? I am looking forward to getting a hold of that game. I like all the Super Smash Brothers games, but I am terrible at them. I mean, I am horrible at all Super Smash Brothers stuff. Simply horrible, to the point that it is hilarious. Might be a fun video for y'all to just watch me be horrible. I don't know. Anyway, M. Krieg, what was your final thought on Black Panther? Never caught your film review. Did it hold up? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Black Panther is awesome. It is freaking amazing. So hopefully you've seen it, because if you haven't, then turn off this video, leave your home, and go to the theater and watch it now. Like, I mean, that's what I would say. I loved Black Panther. That movie was absolutely epic. In fact, it's so funny. I'm dropping a video tomorrow where I'm going to be doing a top 5 ranking of my favorite superhero moments in the MCU. So I only picked 5, and I had none from Black Panther simply because the whole movie is so epic that I haven't been able to like separate or isolate individual moments and say this is like an iconic superhero moment in this, because the whole movie is like freaking epic. It's like overwhelming. So yeah, that's kind of where I am right now on Black Panther. Let's see. Be wise. Did you show Laura the final death in Alien Resurrection? No. And Laura doesn't want to watch any of the Alien movies, and I can't get her to watch them. I watched almost all of them with you. You did? Okay, she denies it and says she watched almost all. I must have gotten so engrossed in them, I forgot. Wow. Fascinating. Well, Laura, answer his question. Yeah, those were good movies for the most part. Definitely some better than others. Aliens is my favorite of that franchise. But yeah, I enjoyed watching those and doing reviews with Cody Leach on that. That was an absolute blast. Guys, this is awesome that these questions just keep on coming. I mean, I'm having fun. I hope that you are having fun. What do you think about Fantastic Four from Ken? I like the characters. I think they're awesome characters. I think they have really cool powers, and I think they're a really cool team. I just feel like they have not had a good vehicle, like a good movie to showcase that yet. The Fan Four Stick movie, the most recent one, I disliked that one for this reason. I loved the first half. I thought it had such promise, and it was building up to so many really, really good things. And then it really does feel like suddenly the second half, where it says 1 year later, it really feels like a different director. Somebody else made that half, and it delivered on none of those promises and totally just tanked for me. And that's why I passionately dislike the new Fantastic Four. Just because I liked where it was going, and then it didn't go where I thought it was going. It just went right down. So I was just not a fan of where that one went. Love the characters though. Let's see here. Seth, you didn't like Black Panther? Oh, that's sad. Oh, and Be Wise, you didn't? That's okay. It's film. It's art, right? So you either like it or you don't. And that's cool that you didn't like it. I personally really, really, really liked it. Let's see. Will Smith. If you put Hulk against Thanos, movie will end up in 5 minutes. I think the final battle would be Hulk versus Thanos. That would be a really good final battle. Yeah, I don't know. See, I gotta learn more about Thanos. I mean, if he's anything like Darkseid, he's pretty freaking powerful. So that would be an epic contest of champions to put those two together. Let's see here. The first Fantastic Four movie was from 1994 from Christian. Yeah. Didn't that one also not like hit the big screen? Like I know they made it, and I remember like, seeing a lot of other YouTube channels do, stuff talking about that movie. And so like as far as I know, it didn't like make it on the big screen or anywhere. And from the clips I've seen, it looked horrible. Absolutely horrible. Again, which is sad because every time I see something from the Fantastic Four, love the characters, just not a fan of the movies. Kevin Horse, he says, hello. Kevin, hello. Thank you for joining us. Let's see here. OMG, Hulk is a tardigrade. XD. I hope you're laughing at me because I totally. Let's see. Chandler's videos. Black Panther is greater than Thor Ragnarok. Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, I've had controversial views on Thor Ragnarok because I was not the biggest fan of that movie. I don't hate it though. Like I just recently got it on Blu-ray and it's fun. Like it's unarguably a fun movie. I didn't like their heavy reliance on the 80s feel and the comedy. It really felt like Marvel went, okay, people aren't liking this, so let's make it more like Guardians of the Galaxy. And I guess that's not a bad direction. I mean, look how good the movie did and look how many people love it. I'm not in love with it, but I do like it. I own it because I can't not, and I still enjoy it. So yeah, I've watched it, love it. I mean, love it. I just said I didn't love it. I don't love it, but I like it. It's just not my favorite. Uh, Seth says Black Manta is not Aquaman's brother. Aquaman killed Black Manta's father, which is why he's a villain. Oh, it's getting deep. Deep conversation is happening here. I love deep comic book conversations. And I need to pick up some Aquaman comics. That way I can like really join in on this. That would be awesome. Christian, I just saw Tomb Raider. I don't know which version is better. Would you prefer Angelina Jolie or Alicia? I can never say her last name. I don't know. Anyway, I prefer the new one. I really do. I don't hate the one with Angelina Jolie. And I think I've only seen the first one. I don't think I've seen Cradle of Life. I don't hate that one. I watched it and I did a theological analysis on it, which was really fun. I mean, I think it's an all right movie. It's just not my favorite. This new one I liked. It just felt like a fun adventure movie. I mean, it's not something I would say is a classic, but it was really fun. And I had a lot more fun with it than I thought I was going to have. Let's see here. Only 5 MCU moments? I don't think I could ever level it down to 10, LOL. I am the Game Boy? Yeah, only 5. That was kind of hard to do because, like, every time I came up with one, like, 3 more popped up in my head, but that's why I did only 5. So tomorrow when that video drops, just all y'all go watch it and add 5 more because that was the whole point. I only wanted to pick 5 because I only wanted to barely scratch the surface so we can all have conversations about our favorite iconic superhero moments in the MCU. So that video is dropping tomorrow, and I'm really excited for that video to drop. I filmed it today, just finished editing it, so I had a lot of fun putting that together. It's just fun to reminisce superhero stuff, man. Superhero videos are some of my favorite videos to make. I love superhero stuff. Patrick O'Malley, I liked Ragnarok more on repeating viewing. Have only seen Black Panther once. I've seen Black Panther twice, and on a repeated view of that, I liked it even more the second time. I agree with you. The first time I watched Thor Ragnarok, like I was more let down than anything else. The second time I watched it, I had more fun. And then the third time I watched it on Blu-ray, I again had more fun because it's like I'm learning that I just have to let go. I really loved the first Thor, and I'm like one of 4 people on earth that loved the first Thor. The tone set in that, the comedic timing set in that, I liked it. And so that's why I'm not as much as a fan of Thor Ragnarok because I felt like it messed up the balance of what his solo movies have been. But then his solo movies have not been the most popular, so I guess I get it. I really do. I get it. It's just it wasn't my favorite. However, Chris Hemsworth was fantastic and showing his comedic chops the way he did in that movie. Dude is awesome. Awesome. So the whole cast of that movie was awesome. So yeah, now that was really cool here. Let's see. Seth, you're having fun as well. I am very glad. And Seth said Thor 3 was way better than Black Panther. Thor 3 is probably my favorite MCU movie. Black Panther is my least favorite. Well, like I said, film is art. So that's just kind of how it, impacted me that I really like Black Panther. And I have a ranking video, and you can see how in the top 3 Black Panther is for me, and Thor Ragnarok is not. But I love all the MCU movies. So, I mean, yeah. Patrick O'Malley, thanks for doing this, dude. No, thank you, man. Thank you for joining in on this conversation and adding to it. What is making this video so fun, especially for me right now, is having this conversation with you guys. So this is really cool, and I'm glad you are all sticking around to be a part of it. This is really fun. Antonio says Marvel 1985 is an awesome comic book series on the Marvel Comics app, Durbin. I need to download these apps, these DC Comics apps and Marvel Comics apps. But thank you for that. I will have to do that, and I will have to check out Marvel 1985. Be wise. That being said, that was based off the fact that director's cut of Aliens. I don't think I've seen the director's cut of Aliens, but I have seen Aliens, and it was amazing. Dark Side movie reviews. Fantastic Four is Stan Lee's first superhero team creation. I think I did hear that somewhere that it was. Yeah, I definitely need to get into more Fantastic Four. I really do. I need to read more comic books. I really do. I mean, here's my trouble with this. Like when I grew up, I watched more of the superhero movies than I did reading the comics, and that includes DC Comics. Like I started reading more comics when I became an adult because like I loved the Christopher Reeve Superman movies. I loved the Tim Burton Batman movies, the only two that he did. And, I love Batman Begins, and it was somewhere around there that I was like, I need to read more comics. So I started to pick up a lot more. I've discovered the Earth 1 series as an adult. If you guys haven't read that, minus Wonder Woman, the Earth 1 series of comics is an incredible take on all the DC superheroes. For some reason, I just always liked DC, and it's not that I don't like Marvel, but I always had more of a pull towards those DC comics. But I did recently read a Black Panther comic that was absolutely amazing. I did a comic book review on that if you'd like to check that out. And it was amazing, got me even more pumped for the movie. So Marvel has some fantastic stories in the few comics that I've read, and I've really got to start picking those up, man, because I love talking superheroes, and I want to talk about them on a deeper level than I already do. So I gotta do it. Feed Me Frenzy, you skipped my other random factoid question about the Hulk. Did you know that he can actually close a black hole just by slapping his hands together? Oh my gosh. Again, I just want to say, if I'm missing your questions or anything, keep posting them, and then I will eventually, my little pea brain will see it, and I will be able to answer it. So no, Feed Me Frenzy, I did not know that he could do that. Again, I'm not surprised because he's the Hulk. My real question is, who would win in a fight, the Hulk or Superman? I mean, come on, the last son of Krypton? I mean, I guess the Hulk could run him dry, and to that point where Superman has expended all of his solar energy. But for Superman to do that, I mean, think of all the powers he's using before he even gets to that level. Oh man, the Hulk versus Superman. Dang, that would be. I mean, I know they've done it before, but it's. I want to see that. I want to see that now in these modern movies. Seth, I laugh every time you say Will Smith. Will Smith, Will Smith, Will Smith. Okay. M. Krieg, how have Guardian? I love how Guardians have had a hand in the Thanos storyline. Me too. It's very important. And the Soul Stone is in Wakanda. Sweet, because we have not gotten to that yet. So those who don't like it, they need to hold on for the ride. Okay. I have no feelings of dislike towards that at all whatsoever. If the Soul Stone is in Wakanda, it makes sense of so much what I'm seeing in the trailer of them having that big, huge battle scene in Wakanda. So I'm just looking forward to it, man. There's no way this movie is going to be bad. Dark Side movie reviews. Hulk cannot beat Thanos. No comp. He is a beast without the Infinity Gauntlet. Okay. Hulk cannot beat Thanos. No competition. Gosh, my brain is slow sometimes, guys. Can I apologize for the slowness in my brain? I did not know that, so I'm going to take your word for it, Dark Side movie reviews. I'm going to take your word for it. Christian says, yeah, it never got released. I think it will be so bad it's good. Referring back to the 1994 Fantastic Four movie, yeah. I do need to start doing things and watching movies and doing reviews that are so bad it's good. Sharknado would definitely be in there. Patrick O'Malley, R.I.P. War Song, Valkyrie Ship, yeah. R.I.P. Ken, I love Thor Ragnarok. Oh, I know you do, man. So check this out. Ken and I were friends in real life. He goes to my church, and he's like a mentor to me of sorts. And this guy comes up to me to correct me on Thor Ragnarok after I posted my review. It was hilarious. I love this guy. It's awesome talking to him about Star Trek and comic book movies. Yeah. You know what, Ken? I will tell you, I'm trying to like Thor Ragnarok better than I do. I am making an effort. I really am. Not a bad movie, just not my favorite. Change 23. Have you seen Black Mirror? I watched the first ever episode of Black Mirror, and I have never watched another one. That first episode was rough. If you've watched Black Mirror and you know that that episode involved a pig, I will say nothing more because it's awful. Oh, that was bad. I've heard that's the worst and that it's like better after that, but no. I have watched that first episode and I couldn't believe it, and I was like, I have not been able to go back. So if you can tell me that it's good and it gets better after that first episode, yeah, I will maybe give it another shot. Seth, you should watch What We Do in the Shadows, directed by the guy who directed Thor 3. It is so funny. It's a mockumentary about three vampires. Three vampires trying to live in modern day. Dude, that does sound great. And I love good documentaries and I love vampire movies. Yeah, that sounds great, man. Thank you for that suggestion. What is it called? What We Do in the Shadows. Okay, cool, man. I will definitely look that up. Christian, LOL. I think I'm having as much fun in this conversation as you are. Good, good. Dark Side movie reviews. This is so much to see in Black Panther. It's hard to catch it all in just one viewing. Yeah, there is so much to see in Black Panther, and it is hard to catch it all in one viewing. It took me 2 times to see it. Heading out now, had a blast. Hey, Be Wise, thank you so much for joining. It was a blast to have you in here. Seth, I respect your opinion on Black Panther, though. LOL, not trying to be rude if I came off that way. You did not come off that way at all, man. Oh, yeah, you should see how other people react in comment sections on the internet. Then you'll know rude. You were nowhere near rude. Will Smith, when are you going to do a new collabo with Cody Leach? Hey, Cody Leach, I don't know if you're watching. When are we going to do another collab? I mean, we still talk regularly. We just don't have one on the books yet. But yeah, we got to get another one going here. Change 23. I will always stick with Arrow because of Stephen Amell. Yeah, Stephen Amell is awesome in Arrow. I agree with you. That dude is great. And I'm stuck with it because of my mad respect for him and for the first 2 seasons of Arrow. Also, last season of Arrow was better than last season of Flash. And the first half of this season of Flash was really, really bad. Yeah, the first half of this season of Flash was like very much hit or miss for me. I feel like the second half is getting better. It's not holding my interest though, like the first 2 seasons did. I mean, let me just tell you this: I'm not a fan of this whole DC multiverse thing. I'm not. It just feels very convoluted, so much stuff. But the Flash made me like it. Season 2 of the Flash took a concept that I did not like and made me like it. So to me, that's a huge testimony to how good that was. Season 3, I like it better now that I've seen the whole thing in its entirety. I was having a hard time going through it, but now that I've seen the whole thing, I like it a lot better. Season 4, I'm hoping I feel that way about it. Arrow, I'm struggling right now. I really am. But like you said, I like Stephen Amell, and I have a lot of respect for it because of how good seasons 1 and 2 were. Let's see here. Christian, I am that one weird guy who loves every MCU film and every Star Wars film. Is that weird? I would hope that's not weird. I mean, I don't like the prequel trilogy so much, but it's also not the worst. Like, there's some fantastic lightsaber fights and great moments in it. So it's not like unworth watching. It's just not my favorite. But yeah, no, dude, that's not weird at all. Dude, love them. Love them all. Gosh. Hurricane Ash 96. Do you like bananas? Mm-hmm. Well, Hurricane, I gotta say it's a deep question. We're gonna have to really think about this. Yeah. Let's see here. If you are ready to talk deeper about Black Panther, hit me up, brother. Always, M. Krieg. Always. So I will have to hit you up. And I have a lot to learn about Black Panther. So I'm also, just so you know, I'm willing to learn. So, recommend me good comics to read and things like that. Let's see here. OMG Studios, can you do a Green Lantern how they should have done it? Actually, OMG Studios, you requested that. And so I've already written the first chunk of it. And my goal is to film it tomorrow. And my final goal is to have it up by Friday. If I could get it up sooner, I will. But my end goal to have that up is Friday. So because you requested that earlier, I am going to do it because that is a fantastic idea. And he's referring to the 2011 Ryan Reynolds one. And that one's a challenge, but I love Green Lantern. So I'm going to work within the framework of, that movie, keeping its villain and things like that, but going through how they should have put it together. So I'm very much looking forward to doing that, man. That's going to be a lot of fun. So OMG Studios, you are just giving me so many ideas. I appreciate that. And based on your request, I'm going to get it done. Let's see here. Seth, Will you ever do a collaboration with Sean Chandler Talks About? I love both of your channels, and a collab would be awesome. Seth, I've done a few really awesome collaborations with Sean Chandler. There's a few good ones on my channel. We did a theological analysis together for The Force Awakens. So if you look that up, we have that on there, and it was awesome. We did a collab of the Hobbit trilogy. We reviewed each of the movies in the Hobbit trilogy. And on his channel, there's a couple collabs we did together. Most notably, we talked about Masters of the Universe from the 80s. Great He-Man movie. So bad, it's good. And so Sean Chandler and I had a fantastic conversation about that. And Sean Chandler is a really cool dude, and he, Cody Leach, and Jafito of Jafito's movie blogs, and Tyler Tompkins, we talk a lot all the time. And so I really hope to do more collabs with all those guys. Plus, it's fun meeting new YouTubers, you know, working with Cody Curtis and oh man, I feel bad leaving people out. Rachel Wagner. I mean, there's so many other great YouTubers I've done collabs with. OMG Studios, you've done collabs with me, with Rachel Wagner. Yeah, so I don't know. But yeah, Seth, to answer your question, I've done some great collabs with Sean, and I hope to do even more great collabs with Sean. And I hope to keep our tradition going of doing Star Wars theological analyses together, because that dude has a sharp mind, especially when it comes to that stuff with Star Wars. So I definitely want to keep, you know, doing stuff like that. Let's see here. Chandler's videos. Gotta go, man. Congrats again on 2K subs. All right, cool. And now, since people are starting to go, I'm gonna wrap this up here pretty soon. So, wow, you guys are just so many comments. Gosh, I am the Game Boy Durban. 100% listen to Seth about what we do in the shadows. It's so funny. Same for director's other movie, Hunt for the Wilder People. I cannot recommend them enough. Thanks. These are great suggestions. Will Smith, can somebody explain to me why Hulk can't beat Thanos? I don't know, man. Dark Side Movie Review said it, so you guys should have a conversation about that. Let's see here. I'm going to do just a few more questions, and then I'm going to wrap this up. But I just want to say a huge thank you. Let's see. Dark Side Movie Review. Stan Lee said that when he created his heroes, that he designed them to be accessible to the reader. That's why they are flawed, and that's why they actually live in real places like New York. Okay. Yeah, and I like that. I really do. Yeah, it does kind of make it hard sometimes to relate to DC characters when they live in fictional cities and they're all gods, but I still love them. OMG Studio, sorry, forgot to put it in earlier. Fantastic Four, how they should have done it. Oh, man. All right, that one's gonna take some homework because, like I said, I'm gonna have to read some Fantastic Four comics and get some more background on these characters. So let's say I'll do that one in the future. Green Lantern, I'm gonna try to have up by Friday here, if not earlier. And so we'll go with that. Shadik, the review guy, says congrats on 2K. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. All right, let's see here. Let me do one more. And if I missed your question, I am truly sorry, but go ahead and post it in the comments and I'll try to answer it here later. Christian, ants. LOL. Sorry, just trying to make sure this movie gets some recognition in the comment section. Oh, well, there it is. I recognize ants. It existed. Okay. Seth, no, I'll stay for hours. Well, I appreciate it, Seth. It looks like it's chilling out here in the chat section. Oh my gosh, I'm scrolling through here. Oh, we had a great conversation going. So I'm going to close it up right now. Anything that I may have missed, go ahead and put it in the comment of this video. And wow, this was a long one. Thank you all for sticking around. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. I truly had a blast with you. So let me end it again on this note. Gosh, what a rush right now that my subscribers have jumped up as high as they did in such a short time that I am well beyond 2,000 subscribers. That's a huge milestone, guys. I mean, another 1,000. So all of you who have subscribed, all of you who watch, who like, or even dislike, because it just means you're getting engaged, all of you who comment, thank you. I love doing this. This channel is a blast for me. I love doing what I do. I love editing the videos. I love putting them together. And I love seeing that you guys like them. I love seeing that they resonate with you. I mean, even if you don't like them, just being able to sit around and sit through it and have a conversation with me about it is amazing. So I come away from this with nothing but good feelings. Thank you all so much. Thank you so very much for subscribing, for commenting, for liking, for watching. And hey, stick around. This is only the beginning. So many great things ahead for Durbania. With that, I'm signing off. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I have fun with this channel, and I want you guys to watch it and have a good time with it too. Thank you so much. I'm Durbin. Have a good one.